What's up everybody, Coach Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Valorant video, and in this video we gotta break down a lot of crazy things. First off, we gotta talk about the brand new leaked Christmas snowball mode and the likely date that will be dropping. Plus, we gotta talk about tons and tons of crazy news surrounding esports, and I'm gonna throw in a Silva God Dart at the end, so make sure you watch all the way to then. But go to the GameLeap website right now for a special 50% off holiday sale. There's never been a better time to get in-depth VOD reviews, advanced tips and tricks, and much more. Do yourself a favor, don't miss out on this amazing opportunity in the comments down below. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Now, the first thing that we gotta talk about is this new leaked code, part of which came out some time ago, but we got even more code than before, and we know about a relative date that this is gonna come out, so we can surmise a lot of things based on this information. Now, if you look right here, you see 4 lines of code, and in every single line it says modes.snowball. And there's bouncy, grow ball, rapid fire, and skates. Now, to surmise what this most likely is, we gotta think about the time of the year, and we gotta think about when the new update is. So, when is the new update? Well, we skipped a week, and we're gonna get a new, really huge update December 8th. And it's looking more and more based on all the leaked code that's coming out or bubbling to the surface that this is gonna be the brand new Christmas mode that is gonna be most likely released in the next patch. Now, I don't know about you, but having seasonal events seems like a lot of fun, and we can deduce a couple of things based on the 4 keywords that are behind Snowball in every single one of these lines of code. First off, with the bouncy, grow ball, rapid fire, and skates, it's pretty obviously going to be a throwable projectile that everyone has, and there's going to be different things that could happen depending on things that you pick up off the ground, probably similar to Spike Rush, for instance, and you're going to be able to, grab skates that's going to make you, be frictionless on the ground. Rapid fire, I'm guessing, is going to allow you to throw multiple snowballs. Grow is going to allow you to throw a giant snowball, and bouncy is going to, bounce multiple times before it hits a target. Pretty self-explanatory, but that's most likely going to be a mode. Might even be something that replaces Spike Rush as a variation, but I'm really excited for seasonal modes, and maybe if they could throw in some type of, gun buddy that is like a snowman or something, that would get us all hyped. I mean, it's, we're not difficult to please, but definitely let me know what you think about the new potential Christmas mode in the comments down below. Now, the next thing that we have to talk about is specifically about Cloud9. Now, everyone knows that they didn't quite make it to the First Strike main event, which was a big disappointment for literally the team that won the First Strike qualifiers. Now, that being said, there has been a number of people playing the blame game, where people are blaming all kinds of the players on the team. From Shinobi to Vice, everyone's under attack when you have a player like Tense who is just overperforming on every metric. I mean, Tense has the highest average combat score, period, and I mean worldwide. In every single tournament across all matches in pro play, Tense has the highest average combat score, and if you just watch him play, he's consistently overperforming. But when you have a player that's doing that well and your team is still losing, not even qualifying for the big events, someone has to take the blame, and that's basically what's happening. Now, that being said, however, no player has taken that brunt end of the stick, at least not yet, but Cloud9 has dropped their head coach, Ash J. Long. Now, reportedly, he stepped down of his own accord. Now, that doesn't actually mean that it was his decision. You know how a lot of these things go, where you are heavily encouraged to step down, but Jamie's IRL got promoted to head coach, which is someone that a lot of former CSGO pros have vouched for, so he's looking like a good pick. However, I'm not even that sure that it was the coach's fault in the first place. Now, in all my VOD reviews with C9 as a team, sometimes some players would perform pretty well, but other times, specifically someone like Shinobi, has been lacking here or there. Now, that being said, sometimes he performs absolutely fantastic, and in many cases, I've noticed that the strategic department of Cloud9 has been lacking, where they didn't clear things that they should have, or they didn't route in ways that made any sense. Now, whether or not that was the head coach's problem, and now all Cloud9's problems are going to be solved overnight, we will have to wait and see. But there's going to be a lot of eyes on the new head coach, and of course the players that all seem to just be pieces of the 10 squad at the very least. I love Cloud9. It's one of my favorite teams personally, but you cannot have a player that's performing this well and lose. It's just not going to happen. People are going to get mad. The org is going to get mad. It's just going to be something that needs to get fixed, and there is a heavy weight on the new head coach's shoulders, but let's see if he can pull it off. Now, speaking of First Strike, Riot themselves just released this First Strike hype cinematic, and I'm just gonna play it for you right here because it's way too damn badass to not play. So let's roll it right here.
We're going to overtime!
Hold on, settle down, I got this. Let's go!
The orbital strike forced them back. Oh, there! But it's Sick now in a 1v1. Oh no! And Sick! I cannot believe it!
Now, if that doesn't get you freaking hyped, I don't know what will. The First Strike tournament is going to be on the 3rd through the 6th, so make sure that you are tuned in for that. We're going to be doing tons of breakdowns on this channel, of course, but the esports scene is as hype as ever, and this is going to be the best of the best matches. I specifically focus on NA, but of course, there's going to be some amazing EU matches and Korean matches as well. Now, we do got to talk about the storylines of the 8 teams that are going to be in the First Strike tournaments for NA. First off, we got to talk about 100 Thieves, which is a super team that is just popping off. I mean, they shout out the big bucks, and according to my calculations and all the leaked information, this is easily over on $1 million team. Yeah, this team is freaking stacked with money, and it's stacked with talent as well. And this team has been evolving at a rapid pace, finally giving Hiko the dominant team that he deserves. And I really think that you should be keeping an eye on this team because who knows what they're gonna pull off in this First Strike tournament. Then the next thing that we gotta talk about is, of course, T1, and Brax seemed like a player that has all the potential but didn't have the quite right team to play around him. But specifically with Spider's Edition and Scoodoodle coming back to form better than ever, popping off on the jet, this team is actually looking amazing, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pretty dominant performance by T1 against some of the lesser teams. The next up, we gotta talk about Immortals, who's been playing pretty well, and apparently Shanks will be filling on Immortals as well for the First Strike main event, which is interesting. Next up, we gotta talk about FaZe Clan, who fell to TSM and had to face Sentinels early, which has been historically a rough matchup for them, but FaZe Clan is showing some promise, so maybe we might see an upset, who knows. Then the next 2 teams we gotta talk about is Envy and Renegades, who have a huge chance to prove themselves as top tier. They have all eyes on them, and they can really definitively say that they are one of the dominant teams in NA. Now, for the last 2 teams we're gonna talk about, of course, is TSM and Sentinels, which are 100% the teams to beat. These are the most 2 dominant teams, period, in NA up to this point, and these have been the top rivals leading into this tournament. These are both the favorite to win, and my personal pick is Sentinels. I just love the X factor of Sentinels, and I think that they're gonna take it in the bag. But what I really want to know is your opinion. Who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think might surprise us this tournament? Definitely let us know in the comments down below. Now, for the last clip of the video, I just wanted to show you the Sova God Dart, because a lot of people you see on stream say, hey, throw the God Dart, throw the God Dart. So I wanted to show you because this is one of just the raw, most efficient darts that I've seen, period. So basically, you're gonna align the corners like this, crouch, aim a full charge shot at the piece of wood right here that sticks out, and bounce it, and it's gonna hit right there, and it's gonna cover the entire C site on Haven. Yes, this is undoubtedly the God Dart, and hopefully you find this useful, or if you're up against the Sova, be ready to shoot this arrow right off the bat so it doesn't discover you and all your teammates. 5-stack hiding on C. Now, you've been working hard and you deserve an easy rank up and some free SR with our 50% off GameLeap sale. sale. A lot of you have been asking for advanced content, and we got it on the GameLeap website, so do yourself a favor, go check it out in the links down below for this limited time offer. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for coming by. I'm Coach Mills, and of course, until next time,